have my drinky. And we have our players. DerKork, who's probably running a little bit late, he'll join in later. And, fun thing as well, guess who's back? Back again. It's our lovely Lizzie, who we've missed.
Hi.
So, we'll jump back over to Dungeon Master Seph. Would you like to tell us a story?
Indeed I would. Last week, the party had a little bit of a hot date, didn't they? As the Overseer made her appearance, or should I say, the party decided to crash her place. After defeating Galbraith the foreclaimer Barbarian, one of Ardith's friends, they finally went on to fight the foreclaimer herself, discovering she had fused herself with a fire elemental, with 2 at her command. After a pretty grueling battle, they eventually managed to defeat her and feed her the soul-destroying poison.
Hello?
Yep. Hello, Kubar.
Uh-oh. Shenanigans.
What's going on?
Did we lose Kubar?
Cutting out. Everyone's cutting out.
Everyone's going out.
You're fine on my end. Maybe
Yeah,
you
fine.
join the call? Do you want to try leaving and rejoining the call there, Kubar? See if that helps?
Give it a shot.
Because that happens to me sometimes.
Yeah, same.
Let's see if that helps.
Okay. Well, yeah, the party administered the poison, completely destroying the Overseer. After recovering somewhat, they made their way back into the Resistance base. And that was where we left off last week.
Correction, after Jeremiah said the worst thing he possibly could have said.
Yes, I know. I wasn't going to mention that.
Oh, I would though. I like to rub it in.
You find yourselves back at the Resistance headquarters. As you come from the portal, you suddenly feel a strange shimmering in the air when, in a flash of light, appears someone you thought you had left safely aboard the Ark.
What did I say?
Oh boy, I wonder who it could be.
Fall out of an air vent or something.
Meanwhile, Orla is looking all over the ship for her.
Oh, she's really good at hide and seek.
Is it me? It's me, isn't it?
Yep, it's you.
Yeah. I pounce at them like, Rah!
Ah!
How'd you get here?
Anarchy, roll me a history check.
Okay, hold that thought because I'm going to make a guess right off the top of my head. It was Rowan. It was Rowan, wasn't it?
I'm an idiot. I forgot to stop editing my character, so let me go roll that history check.
Anarchy, this place is dangerous.
19.
I mean, not so dangerous
Yeah,
now.
Anarchy, you spent the last few days really getting to grips with Ark systems to a point where you're actually pretty confident you've got complete control if need be.
I know things that you don't. I have skills, talents.
That's the best answer we're going to get, aren't we?
I'm both impressed and terrified.
I can be here. I can be there. I can be anywhere. Mostly probably just watching you, though, while you sleep.
Please don't.
Yeah, especially me and Squish. You don't want to see that.
Why? What's going on?
You know you get tired of us saying we'll tell you when you're older.
Yes.
It's going to be one of those situations if you push it.
I concede. I see your point, and it is fair.
There's a clock.
Yay!
Oh, are they
Doc.
okay?
Hi, Corky.
Give him a
1
moment.
second, please.
No worries.
Sorry about the delay.
No worries.
Everything alright?
We just lost Lizzie for a second.
Yeah.
For reasons of rice.
To be honest, I need to get myself something little to bite, so I'll BRB.
Yeah, no worries.
Poor DerKork must have been delayed and got in late. Oh well.
Confounded real life getting in the way of D&D.
So, on the way back, I assume Ardith has been pretty quiet and such.
Yeah, she has been, even for her, very quiet indeed.
And what about the other Arcadians? How did they greet us when we returned? Have we broke the news to them?
Yeah, you remember... Yeah, Ark has basically put out a citywide transmission, basically telling people what's happened.
I think you meant Eden.
Eden, sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, the people in the base seem pretty shell-shocked, but there's kind of that air of, oh, thank God this is over.
Yeah.
Attention. Ding dong, the witch is dead. That is all.
Words to that effect, yeah. Yeah, everyone seems to actually be pretty peppy. I mean, some of the people who are out running distractions have come back. They seem pretty excited. You know, they're all pretty jubilant.
As I understand the situation, we're still waiting for everyone to come back. There's still a few stragglers.
Yeah, they're kind of coming in drips and drabs because there are quite a few out on the distraction runs. So, but yeah, pretty much everyone's making their way back. There are a couple of losses, but that was expected.
Absolutely. Last we left last session, Ardith had gone to, see her sister in the gardens. Is that still the case?
Yeah, she's still in the garden.
Okay, dokie. I could progress the scene by waiting for everyone to get back. I want to play with my friends.
Gross, you have friends?
I know. I've tried to quit, but they're addictive.
Right now it's just me and my goblin child. His name is Jimbly. No, seriously, he's sat there next to me, holding me dice bag.
As is mine, I have called him Clacky. Colin didn't believe me that he glowed in the dark. He also didn't believe me that whenever you have something that's glow in the dark, you have to charge it with a bright light first.
Right.
So if you sit him in the sunlight, or if you sit him directly under the light, it'll quote unquote charge. So if you then put it in the dark, he'll glow.
I'm gonna say because I leave it out under me, my normal light, and it's not the brightest light in the world. But I thought it would have charged. But no, they don't actually specifically say it has to be a bright, very bright light.
Well, they can get it from mild light as well. It's just for best, most luminescent results. Okay, Clacky, eat over there. You sit there and look cute.
Light
has
is
made enemies
always
with
best.
Okay.
Yep.
Is
Yeah.
everyone here?
Okay, I think we're back.
I believe so. So yeah, Anarchy's just appeared out of thin air, teleported there by Ark.
Well, around here, I thought you were sneaking all the way here.
Well, apparently she doesn't need to sneak anymore. She can just bamf anywhere she pleases.
Say goodbye to privacy.
Oh no. I am worried about this concept.
The concept of privacy.
No, of Anarchy being able to go wherever she wants.
Anyway.
You're not right.
Don't worry, Squish. Sooner or later, Anarchy will learn herself that there are some things that should always remain private.
Oh god, we're gonna traumatize the child.
And she'll have no one to blame but herself.
I'm 11.
That's-
I'm no child. I can fight. I can punch.
And who is this sassy lost child?
May we introduce you to Anarchy?
Captain Anarchy.
Thank
To be
you.
exact.
Crew member number 1. Current number 1 place.
It is both her name and her gift.
Yes. That is true.
Professor Hader kind of just... This is... Roll me an insight check.
This is the professor that I hate, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just going to quickly pop her up so Lizzie gets an idea of what we're dealing with.
She's a meanie. Squish does not like her.
Okay. Yeah, you can tell that she has zero frame of reference for this.
Professor, this is Captain Anarchy. We kept her on Ark for her own safety. Also, would you like your sending stone back?
I was too powerful. They had to keep me contained.
Yes, I would like that sending stone back, actually. I take it that Ardeth is safely back as well.
Yeah, she's in the garden with her sister.
That is understandable. She kind of just takes the stone back and goes, I'm sure that Seph will be quite happy to see that you're all returned safely.
Aye, we're glad to be back too, and so is most of our troops.
Yes.
Yes, I have to admit you were rather quick in getting past Galbraith.
He was a
well.
little squishier than we anticipated. Also kind of helps that I punched him a lot.
Aye, well, you should consider yourselves proud. By our standards, he was one of the strongest in our culture.
I high five. I just high five everyone. They did great in the absence of my presence.
Hell yeah, I'll take you up on that, Captain. Smack!
I jump to like high five everyone. Like I gotta get up there, unless they're like the same height as me.
No, I'm a Tabaxi.
Yeah, you pretty much have to leap up to reach Storm's high five. You're borderline needing the step ladder.
Storm would Krathe, but he figures Anarchy would take that as an insult.
Oh, definitely. You made the right choice.
The professor just kind of looks around the group and goes, well, I'd best get back to sorting out the final preparations.
And what are the final preparations, if you pardon my curiosity?
Well, first things first, we've got to go in there and clean up whatever mess you made.
Yeah.
Then we'll have to talk to Eden about what is and isn't going to be allowed from now on.
Aye. Seems reasonable to me. We might want to give Ardith a couple of hours if we can, though. She's not exactly in the best of moods.
I don't recall her ever being in a good mood, so...
It's rare, but it can happen. You know, when she doesn't have to kill her friends that have been controlled by an evil clone of her sister.
That's true, but still, I shall leave you to report to Sileth.
Fair enough. We'll get right on that.
He watches the professor return to the briefing room. And in general, you can tell that the atmosphere is quite jubilant. Everyone's enjoying, everyone's happy. Silas is kind of sat up in the bed that he was using to rest on. His injuries are slowly healing. He's still in pain, but he's nowhere near as bad as he was. And my friends, you came back.
Aye, we did. Ooh, careful now. Nice to see you got a bit more life in you, but don't strain yourself, Seph.
Oh, don't worry. Now that the overseer's gone, we can actually... Anarchy, correct?
Yes. And you are a person.
Roll me a history check.
It's about
You
right,
have
the
no
attention
idea who
span
this
of a
is.
child. Yeah.
Yes, you are a person that is known by many, or not a lot. You are known, and I give a
Anarchy.
thumbs up.
Anarchy. We met him down on the surface. The foreclaimer city.
No, I know.
It's okay, Anarchy. I wasn't there for that either.
Well, she was.
I'm bad with faces and names and remembering things and places.
Well, that'd be good if she stumbles upon us at a bad time, eh, Squish?
Ah.
Well,
Also, note to self, don't eat what sits while speaking. Sorry, that was a bit slurred,
no
guys.
worries. No worries.
Why do you think I was? Why do you think I was muted?
Although now all I can think of is Willie and his Whopping What's It adverts.
Oh god, I remember those. Takes me back.
But yes, I kind of just smiles. I wouldn't worry about it. Bit time for getting reacquainted later, but for now, I suppose I should probably go and talk to the professor about what's going to happen.
I am sure she'd be very keen to take you up on that.
Is Ardith okay?
How many people are around us? Or is it just us?
Roll me a perception check.
Perception. Where are you? Might also have Birdie Boy help with this.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's 20 because of keen sight.
Okay. The two of you look around. There's a few wounded there, a few medics treating them, but they're too preoccupied with their own thing, so you'd probably be able to have quite enough conversation. If you keep it quiet, you'd probably be able to have a relatively secret conversation.
Okay, so just telling the deal now, this is quiet.
Okay.
To be perfectly honest with you, Ardith is in a very bad way right now. I don't think that taking care of the Overseer left her feeling how she was expecting to feel. She's very, despondent. Vacant. She's with her sister right now, so I'm hoping that may help, but she's in a very bad way.
I see. I have expected this, I have to admit, but it's not good.
No, especially since the majority of your people seem to expect Ardith to be some sort of grand hero to lead them into a golden age, and she's definitely not interested in that, sir.
Well, I was hoping that she would stay.
She doesn't have to do anything she doesn't want to.
That's very correct, Captain.
I know that, but still would to have one of the greatest minds our people's history with us, it would help.
It is worth discussing with her, but now, right now, is definitely not the time. Give her a couple of hours, I think would be best, and then maybe we could gently, ease her into things right now.
And even
That would
then,
probably be the best.
Hmm.
and even then, she might reject the offer.
Well, there are other systems we could put in place, a provisional government, a council of sorts. There are ideas that could be floated about. Maybe Ardith can only stay for a brief period while things get settled. I don't know. Like I said, just off the top of my head. We'll see in a couple of hours, maybe. All we can do is ask and see how receptive she is.
Yes.
Believe me, I wish I had all the answers, but I am only a humble officer of the Admiralty. I'm not a politician.
And I'm just a carpenter, so I clearly can't have the answer to anything political. I don't even know how to say political, apparently.
Well, we'll have to deal with that when we come to it, but for now, rest up and get something to eat.
I can get behind that.
Indeed, sir.
Finishing a war tends to work up an appetite.
Yes, and I will have to discuss maybe something about this battle axe that we acquired.
This is his axe, isn't it?
Indeed, he gave it to me. Willingly. I'm half tempted to give it basically to the museum as a memorial, as a piece of history at least.
I think he would enjoy that, but didn't you just say that they still had clones active?
Yes, we had there were clones active, and
Roll me a history check.
Jeremiah, if I may remind you, we have the elemental crystals. There aren't going to be any more clones.
Jeremiah, you recall when you were there that there were 3 containers still closed.
there were 3. I don't know what you would call them. Large barrels, containers. 3 of them were still closed.
Hey.
Yeah, cloning facility.
Hey, then, Torchlight. We have the elemental crystals.
Yes.
And that appears to be a vital component in animating these clones.
No. As I understand it, those were the things that controlled the clones.
Am I wrong, sir?
As I understood it.
Roll me an intelligence check.
18.
Sorry. From what you can recall, the crystals were power crystals, but they weren't actually powering the clones. They were more powering their extra powers.
Ah, okay.
I mean, you had seen the other people in the hospital who had been reproduced.
Alright, so you bring up the other clones, but to what end, Jeremiah?
I'm just saying that that's probably not the reason that's probably not why they had the elemental crystals. You know, in all those colors powering them up.
Yeah. I just remembered that was for additional power, not just powering the clones themselves. That was my mistake.
Yes, I just needed to kind of make certain that we're on the same page in that regard.
Yeah, but now you got me thinking, like, if there's, like, 3 more clones of each of Ardith's friends, heroes to your people, Seph. Like, I don't know.
I don't think there are 3 clones of everyone, they're just 3 clones in total.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, Jeremiah. I figured, like, one of each of them.
Yes, 3 of them, yeah.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Then again, I don't understand these kinds of things.
Yeah. Jeremiah, you really don't know, but Storm, you have enough of a fleeting memory of being told how the clone spell works. So you presume that this is basically the same thing.
Yeah.
You have been told this is basically the same as the clone spell, just achieved through technology rather than magic.
Well, you just got me thinking, Jeremiah, that, you know, maybe there are people who can lead Arcadia. They're still in VATS right now, is all.
Just as long as no one clone uses this clone spell on.
If you say the Overseer,
well, no,
I will
she
hit
can't be
you.
back. No, she can't be back. We dissolved her soul.
Okay, good.
But anyone as bad as her would be a terrible choice. And Jeremiah turns and, by the way, are you getting hungry? I'm getting hungry.
I'm
And
always
he
hungry.
starts making his move away. Because
You You make your way-
The question is does everyone else want to follow, or does Storm want him to stay or stick around at the wounded?
By all means, go to lunch. Storm will catch up with you.
okay? So who's making their way to the common area?
Oh, I am on his heels.
Yes, so am I. Going to the common area, that is.
Okay.
Yep, Sammy is
So,
too.
yeah. Squish.
I'll tag along with Storm.
Okay. So Storm, you're staying with the wounded.
Hang on. The player is a bit confused. I thought we were in the middle of a conversation with Silef. It just seemed to suddenly stop.
Yeah, I just decided to leave, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I not necessarily good with ending conversations, you might have noticed.
Yeah, so since I'm still here with Silef, and after Jeremiah's gone, Storm can't actually help but just rub his hand past his face in a very exasperated manner.
I'm the one who suggested they should go get something to eat, remember?
That's fine. It's just I love that man, but his tendency to just focus on the negative is starting to really get on my nerves.
It's Jeremiah, it's what he does.
I know, but it's first it was the Overseer, now he's imagining someone worse than the Overseer. It's irritating. I know it's product of a cautious mind, but he really upset Ardith earlier. Made me angry too.
Yeah.
Oh, what exactly happened?
Well, we immediately beat the Overseer. And as Ardith was reeling from the situation, Jeremiah kind of brought up the possibility that, I don't know, maybe she can come back in some other way. Which was not what Ardith needed to hear.
Yes, that was a pretty stupid thing to say.
I'm not mad at him personally, it's just, between you and me, dealing with Mr. Pessimism, Ardith having, a bit of a breakdown, and trying to keep up the illusion to your people that Ardith is a hero that's really into this is really difficult.
She really doesn't like that, by the way.
Yes, I had a suspicion she might not. Regrettably, I did not realize that before I came here, but my people may have had a slightly inflated view of her.
Well, I guess it's true what you say. They say, never meet your heroes. But, cliche sayings aside, any thoughts on the idea to bring back your fallen heroes?
If I just say they're still in the cloning that time, soon the professor will be able to awaken them.
Aye. Presumably it'd be wise to run that by Ardith, but without the Overseer puppeteering them, maybe it could be good for everyone. They'd get another chance to live, Arcadia would have its heroes, and Ardith would have her friends. I don't really see a bad side.
Perhaps it would be best to talk to the professor first.
Oh, absolutely. Oh. Okay, I think we're done here. You get back to resting up, Seph.
Thank you, Storm.
It's a pleasure, sir. Just glad that Arcadia is now free for, well, the Arcadian people. There's gonna be rough seas ahead, and boy howdy do I miss the seas. But you guys will get through it, I know you can. We've all about Ardith.
Well, they survived best part of 2,000 years, so...
And I'm sure you'll have many more.
Are you guys coming?
Yeah, we're coming! Come on, Squish, let's go get some good eats.
Okay.
And he
Anarchy.
scoops you up.
Yeah. Anarchy. There is a large selection. There's not really anything cooked going at the moment. It's mainly just whatever's to hand. Some meat that you can't quite identify. There's different fruits and vegetables. Anarchy, what are you going to pick to eat?
Not veggies.
Meat is meat. I grab handfuls of most everything. I got small hands, so I got plenty to grab.
Okay. Do you have any other fruits or vegetables?
Skip the veggies, some of them fruits.
Okay. How about you, Jeremiah?
I'll have this fruit that is shaped a little bit like a star.
Okay.
They might call it star fruit.
Sammy?
I'm just blanking here. Oh, the joys of a ADHD mind.
Same.
Do the thing. He's gonna have some of the meat that's provided. Are there any apples or bananas? He's gonna munch on those.
Yeah, you're able to find a few. Squish and Storm?
Hey, who took all the meat?
Points to
There's,
Anarchy.
Ah.
there's
Storm-
enough meat to sort people.
Sorry, what was that, DM?
There's enough meat to go around.
Okay then. Then yes, Storm will happily load up 2 plates with meat for him and for Bolt.
I think there's some fish.
Ooh, is there fish?
Yes, there is. It's a fish you've never seen before, but yeah, it's a fish.
Oh hell, I'm gonna load it up with fish instead. Fish for Storm and for Bolt. Mystery fish.
And Squish will gather a generous portion for herself and an extra large helping for her son.
Okay.
It's a fish only seen in Arcadia. It's called Ugglefish.
Oh, maybe
Served
you have
complete with
some-
head.
Anarchy, roll me a Constitution save.
No.
Oh, she was fine.
I'll rate victorious.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, that was a nat 20. Yeah, you know when you put something in your mouth and you get that burning sensation from the sheer deliciousness of it, and it kind of knocks you out for a few seconds. Yeah, you basically go into what is basically a food stun, basically. Like your eyes go wide.
Like those cats that will just stop and stare at nothing for a minute.
Yeah.
Great. We have to bring Anarchy to the infirmary.
Oh, she'll be fine. It's just her first time having a real hearty meal. She'll put some meat on those bones.
You recall that you all had similar sensations when you first ate the food in Arcadia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That food is weird.
Yeah. But at least it's not laced with, hallucinogenics.
Ah, yes, like the laughing dog. I remember the capybara.
Yes.
The capybara was evil.
Oh, come on, it was fun. That was when you first called me your Fluffy.
I was not in my right mind. But yeah, that's true.
So, Seph, the mystery fish. How does it taste to the boys?
It tastes pretty good. Like I say, you've no idea where it's from or what it is, but it tastes really good.
Really good fish.
What are these flavors? What have they done to me?
I think they called this fish dope fish.
I get that. Don't fish
Yeah.
slip, but not anymore.
Oh no, we're doomed.
That's just an apogee.
Oh, nerd jokes.
Yep. It's like Napster.
Tell me, Commander, are you keen?
But aliens ate my babysitter.
Oh,
Anyway,
Well, we're having a blast of it, so...
God damn it.
we just had two. I mean, game that I cannot name in Germany does still exist. So this wolf has a Stein. What?
Anyway,
Are you going to grab some Spearmint of Destiny?
We're meant to be playing D&D, but Cork
this is not a new order.
Ah! I completely forgot what I was going to say in character.
You just gotta nuke him.
I'll start patching up the fourth wall now, if we don't mind.
What fourth wall? I can see the audience perfectly. It never was there, the fourth wall. I can see through dimensions now.
I can
Oh
see
my
clearly.
god. There's a bearded guy sitting in front of a computer.
Now I'm just thinking
My
of
mom from here.
I'm just thinking of that Billy Connolly joke now about that guy ringing into the Irish radio station. I can see clearly now the crane has gone. Anyway,
Okay, I think I'm going to go get some more and find out what this fish is. That is
okay.
exactly what I'm doing.
Alright.
You
do
can
that.
see one of the quartermasters kind of just going through supplies. He's kind of doing so in a way that says, I have no idea what we're going to do with all this stuff now.
Hey, old friend, I was wondering if you could tell me what this fine fish is called. It is fantastic. Not got anything like this back on Toro.
Let's have a quick look at it. Oh yes, it's kind of ice trout from. I can't remember where we got it from. Greyhawk, I think the place was called.
Ice trout from Greyhawk, huh? Fascinating. From a whole other plane?
Yes, I mean, we're kind of in our own little pocket plane here, so we generally just go where we want. Open up a bottle here and there, and I mean, the trout didn't actually come. This particular trout didn't actually come from Greyhawk. We kind of have our own little reserve up in one of the Arctic parks.
Yes, I saw some of the biomes.
Yes, each of the biomes contains different unique animals from different planes, basically.
Be nice to, like, go for a trek through one before we leave. I don't know if that's allowed, but I'm a ranger, so I'm really curious.
Since the war's over, I mean, I've got to try and work out where we're going to put all these weapons and stuff. But yes, pretty sure you'll be allowed to go around freely.
Hey, if nothing else, I'm sure they'll look fine in the museum. You're a part of Arcadia's history now, friend.
That's true, but given my age, I already am, so... I was one of the original people who was on Arcadia when it came into a pocket dimension.
That must have been a long time ago. Over 2,000 years, is that right?
It was. What can I say? I'm lucky to have lived the long as I have.
Man, pardon me for being blunt, but you've been through some shit, sir. I hope you get to rest up and relax now.
Don't worry about it. I used to be a soldier back in the day, so... Back before... well, I guess coming back to be a quartermaster is sort of coming out of retirement, but...
Hey, you did your part, and that's all that matters to me. You're as much of the winner as the rest of us.
Well, I leave it to you youngsters to do all the heroics. I'm past that now.
I'm 40 years old. I am a youngster compared to you. Practically a child.
Yeah, not even that.
I love this incidental NPC that probably doesn't even have a name.
He doesn't know.
His name is George. I just named him. However, I will name every NPC that has no name George, regardless of gender, by the way.
I was actually just going to say Jackson, so...
Okay, George Jackson then. Or Jackson George. Whatever.
We'll split custody.
Yeah, I'll get to
Anyway.
see them on Sundays.
It's been a pleasure talking to you, my friend. Storm's actually going to slap him on the back. He really likes this guy.
He kind of gives you a slap on the back.
Yeah. Alright, you have a good one. Enjoy freedom! Woo!
You too.
Alright, Storm's going to head back.
Seems you had a fairly agitated conversation with that gentleman over there.
Agitated? It was wonderful. It's nice to talk to a fellow soldier.
I mean, I could almost hear you over here, so...
Oh yeah, he's a delightful gentleman. But yes, these are called ice trouts, and they're from a plane named Greyhawk, apparently.
Oh.
Those are both very nice. Those are cool names. I want to go to this Greyhawk place.
Hey, you never know what the future holds, Captain. Especially in our wacky line of work.
Oh, indeed. I have the feeling that I need to apologize to you, Storm.
Oh? Whatever for, Jeremiah?
I've been rather extremely careful recently. Very, very skeptical, and I need to apologize to Ardith, I guess, again as well. I just before I became an adventurer again. As I said, pardon me, that fruit's really sticking up my throat. Apparently, sticking up my throat, I should say. I was a carpenter, so it's not always been very much a life of adventure. So yeah, that's probably why sometimes I'm a little overly cautious. To a fault.
Sorry, guys. Storm just kind of goes as he runs his hand back through his hair, his head fur rather, which bounces pleasingly once it's run through. It's fine, Jeremiah. I understand where it comes from. It just makes it really hard to keep people's spirits up when you're always assuming the worst is going to happen. Between, trying to keep Ardith going and not sinking into whatever miasma of misery she's in right now, and the troops.
Yeah.
Not really having the hero they wanted. It's been tough keeping the energy going around, in our little troop. Believe me, we really could have used Captain Anarchy. And not that I'm saying we should have brought her along into this horrible war, but...
No, we needed Captain Anarchy as a backup plan.
I would have fought all the people who were sad.
In case anything had happened to us, Captain Anarchy would have come and saved the day. And he gives a broad smile. I think it's fairly clearly obvious that it's trying to put on a brave face and just don't know where things go from here.
Well, if you could do me one very, very important favor, and it's for Ardith's sake. Please, for the love of Aquanox, do not imply that somehow the Overseer or the fire elemental that was attached to her or whatever is going to come back. That's the last thing she needs hanging over her head right now.
Yeah.
The Overseer won't come back. But I don't really want to lie. The elemental, I don't know where it is.
Well, it's a fire elemental, so presumably it's in the elemental plane of fire, where we also have an ally, I may remind you.
Well,
yes, Sam.
Don't just say that something horrible might come back. Just say that if something horrible does come back, you'll kick its butt. That way you've got all your bases covered.
Exactly. That is what I mean.
All right.
If you gotta bring it up, just say that it could come back, and then we'll kick its ass. Which we have been consistently doing.
Indeed. Plus we have the Phoenix on our side, even though Ardeth seemed a little miffed about that, probably because of history.
It's definitely because of history. Fire is a touchy subject for Ardeth, and it's going to take her some time to work through these things.
Yes.
Just because we had some fancy schmancy vision quest in Chalsa doesn't mean all of our problems suddenly vanish. We're still carrying them with us.
Yeah. Anyway, maybe we should check up on Ardith when we're done here.
Oh, I agree. I mean, seeing Anarchy is likely to, cheer her up by leaps and bounds.
She's gonna get a tackle hug. Depending on, visual, if she smiles, tackle hug's coming. If she doesn't smile, gentler hug. I agree, but, that tackle hug, it's coming sometime.
Well, Anarchy, it looks like you are coming in to save the day after all, just like you wanted.
Indeed.
But, before that, I have to ask a question. Several questions, probably.
All right.
How much do we know about the fire elemental that was attached to, Irileth? Like, does it have a name?
I don't think it ever said its name. If
No.
it did, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. I don't think we've been formally introduced.
Ah, well, it's just
Though to be honest, I don't think elementals usually go by names that are easy to be spoken, so...
I mean, I can literally speak fire. Storm just says some babble in Ignan, which does sound like the crackling flames of a campfire.
I stick my hands up to warm them by you.
All
I
right.
don't think that's how that works, but Squish does it as well. No, I don't think it works.
Gotta
I
keep your little steely fingers warm.
I can keep you all toasty, but that's not the way to do it. Hugs is the way to do it. But yes, my point being is that we have an ally in the plane of fire. If everyone is concerned about this elemental coming back, maybe I could ask the Phoenix to, hey, this entity is an asshole. Could you keep it in check on our behalf? I mean, it might say, fuck no, I'm a majestic Phoenix and you're a chump, but it's worth asking.
Then I'll kick it. It can't call you guys chumps, only I can call you chumps.
Maybe you could get the buddy boy to charm her.
Oh, Bolt would love the opportunity, I assure you. Son, calm down. Anarchy didn't mean it. She didn't mean it. Like, Bolt was just swaggering on over his wings. I was like, I'm a smacker bitch. It's like, son, she's 11. Cut her some slack.
I bristle and hiss.
We really don't need you kids fighting right now.
Bolt just does a defiant squawk and then just turns around and pouts. Just raises his tail feathers and just swaggers away back to his plate of fish.
You got a moody teenager there.
I mean, he's not a teenager, Jeremiah. He's in his 20s. He's old enough to drink. But he is moody.
Yes.
Everyone's old enough to drink. That's why we have throats and mouths.
Drink alcohol.
Accurate observation, Captain. Accurate observation.
I really can't fault her logic on that one.
Yes. Neither can I, so that's why I say accurate observation. My goodness.
Well, alright. I don't plan on asking Ardith about the name of this fire elemental, but at least not right now.
Hey, look, some of the people around here probably are still from the period they first joined forces.
I mean, the gentleman I was talking to earlier is from, like, the moment has been around since Arcadia entered this plane. The very beginning. Crazy, huh?
Yes, perhaps, you know what, perhaps even some of the museum staff would know.
Perhaps, but I have a more straightforward idea. I'll just ask Sailor for the professor. They're bound to know.
Yes.
But first things first, how about we check in on our friend,
Indeed. She needs a little bit of a check-in. Just to see that she's doing okay.
Yeah.
Everybody finished?
Ah, Squish shoves what looks like half a chicken in her mouth.
I lick the plate and then set it down.
Now, Squish, don't choke on those bones. You know how brittle chicken bones are.
Bolt just swallows the entirety of the fish and flies up on the Storm's shoulder, still pouting in Anarchy's general direction.
Stick out my tongue. Stick out my tongue.
A bag of kitten is easier to manage than the two of you.
Jeremiah, have you ever dealt with Tabaxi kittens?
I was not made to be handled, I was made to be unleashed.
Yes, like that.
You were there when I taught Rose a little bit about carpentry.
I was, and a damn fine job you did too, but Rose is a little sweetums.
I have a few younger siblings, so I can imagine.
Fair enough, my friend, fair enough. But now, to Ardith!
Yes,
Once we can find someone who will you operate the ruins for us, since we haven't quite figured them out yet.
yeah, I can probably poke the wall and do fancy gestures, but I think we would probably end up in a trash compactor or something.
Yeah, I don't want
And he
that.
chuckles at his own joke.
Okay. So you need to find someone who would be able to open the gate for you.
Yes, we do.
Yes, probably the professor, given that she's possibly the closest to that location.
I feel like they'd be like... Sorry, you first.
Can I perception some rando to see whether they can do that for us?
You can try.
Anarchy wouldn't even know what to look for, would she?
Nope. You have a quick look around. You've been around Ardith long enough to know wizards, so you're able to find one of them.
You!
She's kind of... hello?
I wish to see my friend, and... Yes, go.
Quite sure how...
Excuse her forwardness. You wouldn't be able to open up the portal to the gardens, would you?
Oh, to the garden, yes, so 1 second. She kind of walks over to the wall, quickly makes the sigils, and the portal opens.
Thank you very much. Oh, Anarchy, this is probably your first time. It might feel a bit odd, though.
I jump head first through.
Roll
I
me
should have
a
expected that.
constitution check.
A what?
Anarchy.
Constitution check, please.
A check, not a save.
We'll say, yeah, just let's say, my apologies, but yeah. Yeah, you're fine.
Alright, let's get in real quick before Anarchy, destroys the entire garden in, 3 seconds. Yeet!
Yep.
Just give me 1 second so I can change the music. And I believe I just need to quickly find the correct page. There we go.
That's why I just rearrange all the layers.
You find yourselves back in the garden.
Mr. Combat, it looks like.
It always looks like that. That's the big statue in the back there. And it looks like we already have a storm statue right in front of us.
Yeah, no, I don't know, Jeremiah. It's not quite buff enough.
It's the best picture I could get.
No
Of
worries.
what I need to represent.
We
Now,
kid.
Now, in all serious, everyone, let's be a bit gentle about this. Let's not go stampeding into a tender moment between sisters, okay?
Anarchy's searching the horizon for her friend.
Roll me a perception check, please, Anarchy.
May I get in on that action, Seph?
Yes, you may.
I don't think Anarchy needs the help.
Oh, no,
No.
she's good.
So, you're still kind of amazed by this place. Just how beautiful all the crystal trees are, all the crystal flowers. It's pretty amazing sight. Anarchy, you just immediately beeline to the one dark thing in this entire room. Entire cavernous room.
All right. Can I see her from where I'm standing?
Yes, you can see her stood by a tree, and sat under the tree is another foreclaimer.
Can I tell her mood from where I'm standing? Am I allowed to insight that?
Yes, you can insight it, but do disadvantage, because you're quite a way away. One second.
Yeah, I don't know how to make a disadvantage, so I did it twice.
Don't worry about it.
It'll
Yeah,
be
you
fine.
can tell from this distance that Ardith still isn't in the best mood.
Okay, I'll creep up. I'll creep up gently on her.
Oh boy.
You'd have to roll a stealth check. Ooh. Yeah, you're able to get right up to him. And you'd see... 1 second. This character. She and Ardith are basically talking over what had happened earlier that day, battle with the Overseer, and what had to be done.
Still not trying to make any noise. I'm just gonna sit myself down, just to wait for Ardith to notice me and just kind of rock, like look between them like a tennis match.
As they're basically just now moving on to discussing what's going to happen next. Basically, the younger one seems to be... she seems to be not quite able to understand what Ardith's getting at. You can tell that Ardith really isn't happy.
Is this where the adults should turn up?
I think so.
Yeah. Hello, you two. How fares things?
Oh, it is... well, everything seems...
Complicated?
yes, I really thought once this was all over and you left was at peace, we wouldn't have to worry too much about things, but... well... hopefully we can sort things out.
Well, we're here to definitely help you guys out with that in whatever way we can.
Hello.
Oh, thank you, Storm.
Ah, there we are.
Yep.
He's all went quiet
Yep.
there. I thought I dropped.
No. Oh, thank you, Storm, yes. Well, hopefully, it might take a couple of days, but we should be back on our feet soon enough.
I'm vibrating in excitement.
Who are you?
Go.
Yes, surprise, Ardith. Captain Anarchy's here to see you.
Oh, Anarchy, aren't you... well, How
Okay.
did you manage to...
I'll lean into her and do like a gentle little side hug and just kind of flop onto her from where I'm sitting.
She literally appeared out of thin air. She wouldn't elaborate on how she got here.
I know how to do things now.
That's... good.
I heard you're
So-
not having so great of a time, so I'm here to give some hugs.
Thank you, Anarchy. Oh, no, it's just, well, I'm Shari, I'm Ardith's sister.
Hello.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I would shake your hand. I'm lying, but I'm hugging Ardith, so.
Shari is just smiling, and that's...
Do I even need to incite Anarchy to tell her like she's got a bit of sister envy going on? It's like, what are you talking about? I'm Ardith's sister, not you.
Yeah, you can inside that if you want to.
I will, but I don't think I have to.
I mean, it was pretty obvious, yes.
Anarchy?
It's not exactly sister envious, just, hello, I knew Ardith, and I've been with Ardith longer than you, presumably.
Oh no.
Also, Ardith is my crew. And also, I consider Ardith family, so I don't know you.
Oh my god.
Shari is just smiling.
I don't say that out loud, but that's basically what's happening.
Shari is just smiling warmly. You can tell that she's genuine. This is making her genuinely happy.
You'll have to forgive Captain Anarchy, Shari. She's, well, in her own words, she's not very good with faces and names and new people.
No, I'm just amazed that you're letting her do that, Ardeth. It's, well, you weren't exactly the hugging type of person, were you?
Ardith has choices. Ardith can push me away if she wants, and I'll respect that, but like, for now. And I just lean into the hug more.
Yeah, Shari is just... You can tell from the look on Shari's face that she's genuinely enjoying this. I'm glad to see that your friends are looking after you, Ardeth. I don't
Well,
suppose...
we do our best. She looks out for us. We look out for her.
Care for each other.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad that she has... Well, you've met her old friends. I'm glad that she's found people just as dedicated to her as they were.
Well... yeah.
Alright, everyone, before we, carry on with this, I reckon we should all sit down and enjoy the garden together.
Yes.
'Cause we're all family here,
And
more or less.
no need to discuss things right now, I'd say.
Well, maybe it is. I think I overheard as we were wandering in. There are some rather heavy subjects coming up about what's happening next.
Yeah, but I think we all need a moment to
I've
step
made my
back from
decision.
that.
And what decision would that be, Ardith?
First off, I need to talk to the professor and Silas about this, but Shari understands.
Still not. So what's the decision? Don't keep us in suspense.
Once we leave Arcadia, they're basically cutting off Toril.
I see. And what does that mean for you?
It means that Arcadia and Toril will be severed. I can never come back here.
And that is what you want?
regardless of what's happened, I'm still dead.
Hmm.
For anyone in this city to think that I can stick around and solve all their problems, it doesn't help them, and it doesn't help me.
I can understand where you're coming from with that. And, is this correct, Shari? Are you okay with this?
It will be... well... I have to admit I was hoping Ardith might stay, but she has her reasons.
If it's okay, Seph, could I do like a sort of general insight check to just sort of like read between the lines, as it were?
Yep.
21.
Okay.
You can at least smell that
Yeah,
Jeremiah is not happy
can-
about the idea.
You can tell that Shari really doesn't like the idea of losing Ardith again. Even though from her perspective, that happened basically yesterday.
Yep. Alright. So, if you're okay with that, what does the future hold for you, Shari?
Well, I'll obviously be helping the Arcadians rebuild, and there were rumours that Sylif was planning on asking Eden if we could go back to the last homeworld.
And do you think that's likely to happen?
I believe so. It would mean that we wouldn't be able to go from plane to plane anymore, but I think it'd be worth it. It'd probably help our people to settle down.
That it would, but you know, I'm probably putting my foot in my mouth here, figuratively. But to me, it's hard to imagine never being able to reconnect with family.
As I pointed out, Jeremiah, as far as the arcade is concerned, I'm already dead.
Well, this isn't just about the Arcadians now. This is about you and your sister, Ardith.
It's about that connection. It's not about the entirety of Arcadia. It's not about the people outside. It's about the two of you.
It's about what you want.
Shari,
Yes?
at the risk of... If it were possible for you to go with Ardith, I presume you would, correct?
Well, I would like to. I would certainly like to see this new world that we found after what happened. But unfortunately, like I said, I'm needed here to oversee things.
Well, I had an idea earlier, and I ran it past Sylif, and I'm curious to hear what you both think of it. Still kind of adjusts because he knows this is probably going to be a bit touchy, but he's going to go for it. There are still clones waiting to be completed of your former friends. Well, your friends, Ardith. Pardon my
I know.
term.
I know, that's why I left them.
So I was thinking, if we bring them back, now they could live out their lives in peace. Arcadia would have the heroes it wants, and the three of them could help lead the people.
That's up to them, really, but like I say, they're still alive in there, so...
You're absolutely correct. I definitely wasn't going to force this upon them. But I think it's worth seeing if they like to take up the job.
Once they awaken, they can discuss it with them.
And that, I think, would probably be the best solution for everybody.
It seems so.
I mean, it's not like the decision has to be made right away to leave this plane.
Indeed.
Arcadia.
I don't think I was told I had to be in any immediate rush by Equinox.
Didn't he say that you had to go and deal with some sort of creature?
Yes, he did.
Yes, but what I was what I was referring to was for at least that period of time, you would still be able to see each other, still be able to connect to one another. Heck, I don't even know. Maybe Ark and Eden could set up some sort of sending or portal system even for the time being, so that you could meet up here without having to go through the populace.
Can Ark do that?
I don't know that.
Roll me a history check.
Fairly certain that technology is there. You know what? Yeah, I
Ark
probably
gave
should.
you a brief overview of what he's capable of. It would take time for he would need the right program to sort of G him up a little, but he could fly between planes if he chose to, or if you told him to.
I relay this information.
Yeah, I mean that's how we got here.
Well, I haven't been paying attention, and I have a short memory. And also, I was having fun.
And perhaps even Ark and Eden could work some way out to have some doorway open, at least for now. We would have to talk to him, though.
Sorry, the player is a little confused. What exactly is Jeremiah suggesting here?
Jeremiah's basically suggesting a temporary doorway between the garden and Ark.
Who has passive perception above a 14?
Haha, Storm's a ranger, so yes.
Me!
So do I.
Would you like to insight Ardeth?
Yes, please.
Definitely.
I mean,
17!
I mean, it's only an idea of sort.
Anarchy, you don't really know what's Ardeth's thinking, but Storm and Jeremiah, you get the sense that she's basically already tried to say goodbye.
Oh.
Oh.
We're sorry, we're making this harder than it has to be.
Yeah. I mean,
You get the feeling that this cutting Arcadia off from Toro completely is entirely Ardeth's idea.
Perhaps not an entire portal, Jeremiah, but maybe just a way to get a message through, a sending spell.
perhaps, it might make things a little easier for some.
Ladies, I'll leave the final call with you. What would you prefer be done?
I think we need to discuss this a little more.
Between the two of you?
Evidently so.
Okay.
Ardeth very quickly goes back to the wall, casts the runes to let you out.
Right, we'll be here for you whenever you guys come to a final decision. We'll support you with whatever you decide.
I give her one last hug.
Thank you, Anarchy.
And I suppose we leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, you step back through a portal and it closes.
I made this worse, didn't I?
Not really. I'm sure they understood where we were coming from. We're just trying to find the best solution for everyone. Our hearts are in the right place. And to be honest, that went a lot better than I thought it was going to go.
Yes, still it felt like I was trying to convince them to eat the cake and have it as well at the same time.
Well, you have to have the cake in order to eat it.
Yes, but
she's not wrong.
yes, but what I mean is keep the cake, eat the cake, and keep the cake at the same time.
If you
Trying
eat the
to
cake,
do
you don't have it
impossible.
anymore, so you can't keep it.
Why wouldn't you want to eat the
I
cake?
was talking about trying to do the impossible in a way.
Yeah.
Oh, then just say that. That's way easier to understand.
Yeah.
Actually, that reminds me, like, looks to Anarchy, thinks better of it. You know, I think that would be worth talking about when Ardith's ready to talk about it.
Tell me, does Anarchy have an amber ring?
She does not have one on her, but there is one for her, yes.
Oh, Anarchy, that reminds me. I've been meaning to give you this for ages.
What?
And Storm pulls out Sea Sting. Ta-da!
I nabbed that sucker lightning quick.
Okay, I'm pretty certain I put the information for it on the thing, so one second.
Agenrath requested it be passed on to you. And I kept trying to give it to you, but you kept slinking away. But now I got you cornered, Missy.
What can I say? I'm slinky.
Okay, there we go.
Say, didn't you have 2 additional rings? One for Anarchy and one for Orla back on the ship?
Let me just check my, entire armory here. Clatter!
Wait, no.
As he
Yeah,
dumps
sea
things
sting.
out, Squish pounces on the first
Oh no,
thing
it's
she
a
sees.
sea needle that it's a sea needle that you give to Anarchy, not the sea sting.
Oh, is it? Oh, sorry. Where
There
did I
you go.
get Sea Sting from?
Sea sting is a dagger.
My mistake.
But yeah, as he dumps his things out, Squish pounces on the first shiny thing she sees.
That would be the Aquamarine from Aquanox. Oh, do you like that, Squish?
You fools! You've made such a mistake! And I hold it up and cackle.
Oh, what can I say?
Well,
Old habits die hard.
hey, you can have it.
Well, it's about time you transferred me over.
I kept trying, Agenrath. She's very slippery.
You can just
I just read that it can talk to me. Awesome.
Yep.
Yep.
Agenrath is talking to you. So there, lady, how do you like the field?
It's good. Good stuff. I like it. It's the shape of a sword, and that's all I need.
Well, that's great. Just remember you've got 3 wishes.
I can think of 80 off the top of my head, but I'm guessing it's not the big swatting things that are important. Got it.
Great, so once you got your 3 wishes, I have to go to someone else.
Guard them zealously then. Got it. Don't wish for things willy-nilly. Got it.
Infinite wishes.
Don't do what Storm did. Think carefully about your wish.
I was just gonna ask for candy.
Oh, we can get candy
fairly-
easily. You don't need a
Nah.
magic card for that.
That's why I
Fairly
figure I shouldn't say it.
I don't know what you're inferring, Squish. My wish worked out better than I could have ever expected, and I'm sure you agree too, if you know what I mean.
True, yeah. But you like freaked out afterward.
Yeah, because it was so effective.
Yeah, but I think the Arcadians.
Oh wait, do you mean the other wish?
Yeah, what you did.
Yeah, that one was a lot more stressful. Yeah, I was so worried I fucked it up.
And about the Kendi Anarchy, I'm fairly certain that we'll find quite a lot of that around here.
No, I'm
here. So, anything else I can help you guys with?
Well, I'm just gonna say right now, I'm actually going to bat in Captain Anarchy's corner on this one. The simpler the wishes, the least likely you are going to be to fuck it up.
Hey, come on, you're dealing with one of the great lords of the water plane.
This is true.
What's the dumbest wish you've ever gotten?
I think it involved,
Please don't say
something
me,
about get. No, it wasn't you, kitty boy. It was some weirdo who was living in, I think it was a place called Australia. Yeah, we wished for, I believe it was something called Vagimate.
I'm never to go to the Australia place. It sounds weird.
Wish for a what?
I
Vagimite.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it is either, but had to give it to him.
Sounds disgusting.
Sounds like an acquired taste.
Sounds like a sandwich.
Look, I have knowledge of all the plane, and that one was a doozy.
Fun fact, my father would eat that by the spoonful just to gross us out.
Some people just don't have any taste buds.
But yeah, I got complete knowledge of the entire cosmos. Plane of fire, plane of water, plane of earth, plane of wind, Shadowfell.
Ooh. Okay, I know this is Anarchy's genie, but we are interested in matters regarding a certain fire elemental, aren't we?
Yeah.
Is this the one that is making Ardith sad and upset?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I can maybe make a wish concerning that, definitely. But we'll have to. Somebody will have to help me write it down and read it to make sure it sounds okay.
To be honest, it sounds more like a question than a wish. So, yeah, questions are free.
Alright.
So
Questions are free.
Yep.
when they were saying
Okay.
that they wouldn't be able to go to Arcadia, they were like going to a different plane of existence, right? Is there any way we could wish for, like, maybe like what was that weird thing? It was like a little mirror or something where people could talk like long distances. Maybe we could get a pair of those and give one for Ardith and one for her sister, and they could talk. I don't know how easy that would be between planes.
Squish, that's kind of what we're going at. But I think they have the means to produce something like that without having to ask our friend for it.
Besides, we need to be sure that's something they want.
Yes.
Seemed like Ardith had gone to great lengths to prepare to say goodbye for good to her sister, and we might have just made that a bit more complicated.
You mean I have made that a little bit more complicated with my talk about family?
Well, if you weren't going to say anything, somebody else would have.
Yeah, but I'm good at saying something like that, it seems. Anyway, so you wouldn't happen to know the name of the fire elemental that had attached itself to the Overseer, would you?
Yeah, you can visibly hear. You can basically hear him visibly shuddering. That crazy freak.
Yeah, that crazy freak.
That crazy freak.
Well, her name was Ishara. She kind of disappeared about a couple of years ago, but yeah, not heard of her since. I reckon. I have a suspicion you might have just dealt with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sent her licking her wounds back to the elemental plane of fire.
Yeah.
Well, what can I say other than that she's absolutely crazy?
Now, is there anything you could do about her, though? Or is this beyond your power?
I'm afraid I'm kind of stuck in the sword, so, and she's in the plane of fire.
I see. So you can't affect things on other planes.
Not exactly.
Storm. I
Yes.
think that is where our fiery winged bird friend comes in.
Yes. I could let her know right now.
It would make for a neat package.
I'm up for giving that a try. But how about we finish off our business with Ajinra first, and then I'll get on that.
All right.
I mean, I'm sure Anarchy has her own ideas right now,
Still thinking about candy.
I mean, why the hell not?
Well, I mean, I don't want to wish for something unimportant if I can easily get it. So, and questions are free. So, do you know where candy is?
I get the feeling we're surrounded by it somewhere here.
Your wisdom is it's very much appreciated.
Alright, guys, I gotta BRB super quick.
No worries.
Hey,
Please reach us.
Yes.
I dare you to try one of these. And Squish will hold out her bag of dragon treats.
No hesitation. I don't pick it up with my hand. I eat it out of Squish's hand.
It very spicy.
I don't know if there was a wrapping on it. It's eaten.
And that's just like a general lump.
And meanwhile, Jeremiah goes to the quartermaster and asks for a bag of candy.
I have no idea what's in this. What does it taste like?
Yeah, you're able to get a decent sized bag of some crystallized fruits.
Your kindness knows no bounds. Also, it's so spicy. Like, oh my gosh. It's like, ooh, I want myself a good old glass of milk.
Can't help you there.
Well,
I'm back. Did I miss much?
no, Jeremiah's just gone grabbing a bag of candy, and Anarchy's just been devouring a little bit of dragon snacks.
Squish is also going to give a dragon snack to her delightful son because she's not going to whip them out and not give them to him. That's just mean.
Well,
He jumped down happily on it.
Well, Captain, I think this is more to your sweet tooth.
I hug Jeremiah, and I take the candy, and I give everyone a piece.
Aww.
Thank you, Captain.
I take care of my crew.
And I'm fairly certain everyone takes into it.
Oh yeah.
Very much. Like, no
So I'm guessing you don't have any wishes immediately on your mind, Anarchy. At least not ones you're definitely committed on.
No, not yet. Maybe something to help Ardith, or I was thinking about Miss Missy, but I can talk to Miss Missy already. Who knows? Maybe Miss Missy needs something. I'll hold on to them.
Well, we'll meet one of her friends soon, I guess. Isn't that right, Storm?
Yep. it's likely. We gotta connect with the Zentarum to find this Windwalker. I'm pretty sure the mistress has had dealings with the Zentarum, likely making them shit their pants, as the mistress tends to do.
She's very good at that. Yeah.
Anarchy, roll me a history check.
Is that me?
Yep.
Yes. No one else is going by the name of Anarchy.
That you know of.
I just heard knee. I didn't hear the Anar part.
Okay. Anarchy, you know that one of the mistress's best assassins has a pretty bad history with the Zentarum and the Xanathar Guild. And frankly, you don't like her that much.
Oh, great.
Gee, I wonder why.
So Miss Missy doesn't like them, and I don't like them either.
Miss Missy likes them. She finds them very useful, but you can't explain why, but there's just something about her that you don't like. You think it might have something to do with the fact that half of her face is missing.
That seems judgmental on my part.
No, it's overgrown with crystals.
You basically her left, the entire right-hand side of her face is basically looks like it's been torn away and replaced with glass, this blue opaque crystal, and frankly, it's rather creepy.
Still judgmental on my part, but gives me bad vibes.
Well,
Got it.
It's not that. It's more that you just get bad vibes from her.
Yeah.
You're 11 years old. Cut yourself some slack.
Yeah. Yeah. She'd sell her friend. She'd try to sell her friends out. At least that's how she would play it.
No, Anarchy's not mentioned that to anyone yet.
No. That's the player telling the player.
I know, we can reveal that in a second. See what Anarchy says about her.
That's a weird lady. She gives me the bad vibes.
You know, I had the same impression when Equinox informed me of her.
Miss Missy likes her though, so I reserve judgment.
For now.
Yeah.
Looks like we're not figuring out who that is.
Nope.
Not yet.
Not yet. No.
Jeremiah, my lad, you can't know everything in the universe. I'm sorry. You just have to let it go.
No, that wasn't me talking. That was that guy, and he's pointing to a blank wall.
As usual, Jeremiah, I don't understand the word you're saying sometimes.
To be honest, neither does Jeremiah.
You mean you don't see them?
It's not like you can't ask Anarchy more about her.
Say, Anarchy, why did she give you the creeps?
No, she's just creepy.
Huh.
I'm not gonna judge people based on appearances, even at 11.
Oh well. We'll figure out soon enough.
Besides, crystals
yes,
covering half your face would look super cool.
Jeremiah,
It looks impressive.
History check with advantage.
Do you Okay. You're really trying to force me to get the picture.
Yeah.
8. No, still no clue, really.
Nope.
There were.
I would say colour drains from your face as you recall events that happened 3 years ago.
Oh.
A job you were hired to do, and a member of the City Watch who you were told was dead.
Yeah. Wait. No, can't be. She's not around anymore, so no. Anyway,
What you mumbling about over there? Is it secrets?
No, it's more confusion.
So every day for us then, basically.
Yeah, because something that wouldn't add up then.
Jeremiah, we deal with and beat gods on an almost daily basis. Plenty of things don't add up.
Yeah, but people usually don't come back from the dead.
Who's dead? I mean, so vampires are some people that came back from the dead. Zombies, lots of people come back from the dead.
Yeah, but I don't think Missy, the mistress, would employ vampires or zombies necessarily.
Anyone that works.
History with advantage.
You know, Squish, between you and me, I have a feeling we've gone kind of off track here.
Yeah.
We tend to do that.
Anarchy, could I have a history roll with advantage, please?
Yep, Jeremiah did history, so I thought you met him.
We both have to.
Ooh. The mistress has hired vampires on occasion, but usually she keeps them on a very short leash.
Kinky.
A vampire or two.
Okay, maybe, yeah, that'll be a little bit, interesting, to see someone from way back when, if that's truly her.
Well, that's neither here nor there. I know what she looks like, I know how to contact her, and that's all that matters to me.
Alright.
Everything else is something to worry about along the way.
Well, if I remember correctly, she had a bad temper, so...
Oh, what a coincidence. I have the dark powers of the ocean at my command. I'm sure I can deal with someone who has a bad temper.
Yeah.
Jeremiah, you do recall some rumours that she did survive and she did attack people.
Yeah, I mean...
Boy, I wonder who she attacked.
I mean, there was rumors that the individual I'm thinking about actually somehow survived and attacked some people. What was it? Oh, yeah, that somewhere. It's been so long, it's hard to say. I believe she attacked.
Guys, I think Jeremiah's having a stroke.
I believe she attacked a woman, and then stories of her disappearing into the wind. Well, it's probably nothing. It's and he murmurs to himself, if that's Officer Zafira, then I just hope she doesn't want to put me in the slammer again. Working while being drunk is no fun. Happened 4 years ago.
It sounds like you're drunk right now. Are you okay?
Breathe. It's okay, Jeremiah.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's just I have a strange feeling about this.
You don't say! You've been kind of like having a psychotic breakdown over it for the past 5 or 10 minutes.
Sorry. I'm terribly sorry. It's it was a rather big deal back in Waterdeep a few years back.
Well, I'm sure once you meet her, things will become a lot clearer,
Probably. Or if it's truly her, she put me in the slammer.
Man, I was going to ask you if you knew about any Holborn nobles of the Panthera persuasion, but I think your brain needs a break.
Holborn. No, never been there.
Perhaps
Shit!
Perhaps we should move on before he short-circuits himself and try and figure out how to get home.
Man, it's just irritating. Jeremiah seems to know everything, but when it's about something I want to know, suddenly it's like, nah.
I mean, I've dealt with a few people from Holborn, so maybe I know.
And it's fine, Jeremiah. It's fine. I'm just being a shit. Perhaps Ardith knows.
Look. If you're trying to talk about the big family there, yeah, pretty much everyone knows about them.
Probably not that family.
Okay.
We'll talk about it later.
Well.
Where to next, my
I
faithful
once got a
crew?
letter from a guy named Alan, up there in Holborn. Though he was just a farmer.
Okay, so if there's no business to be done at Agenrath, I suppose I will get on the horn to the Phoenix,
Might be a good idea, yes.
Alright, refresh my memory. What was the fire elemental's name again?
Ishara.
Gesundheit.
Ishara.
Yeah.
Ishara. Okay. So, Storm's gonna pull out the Phoenix feather and just kind of look at it for a moment. It's like, what do I do with this thing?
Maybe you
Lick
talk
it.
into it.
Lick it.
Yeah, that's a better idea. Lick it.
I'm not gonna lick it. I'm not licking it.
Roll
Like
me
your fur, but you won't get a feather.
Arcana check.
Thank you. 14.
Okay. You seem to recall that if you put the phoenix feather into a candle, that might work?
Oh! Boy, I wish we were told that we might have been, but... Okay. Are there any candles around here? Wait, do I have a candle? Might. Let me check my inventory. Does anyone have a candle on their person?
Unfortunately, no.
Squish?
What? Sorry.
We got any candles?
Let me check.
I'm fairly
I
certain.
have a candle.
Ah, Captain! Ever resourceful.
I bow.
Otherwise, we could have just asked someone out
Squish
there.
does not have candles.
I pop that candle right in the middle of the floor and just light it.
Ah! Saves me the trouble. Considering we're dealing with a phoenix, everyone might want to back up a bit. It might be all flashy. And Storm just just gently ease the phoenix fella into the flame. They
I
hop
hide
back.
behind Jeremiah. I hide behind him.
Takes a few minutes of heating the feather, but eventually there's a little bit of a spark and the flame kind of erupts upward. You kind of pull the feather. You kind of have to let go of the feather as that happens.
Yeah.
As it does so, you watch as it kind of forms the shape of a pair of eyes.
Yeah. Okay, I'd just like to say that and let everyone know that, of course, the moment that contacting the Phoenix came up, Bolt was instantly at attention, rapidly preening his feathers, trying to make himself look even more majestic. And he's very, very attentive as the eyes appear. Ah, Hello. Would you be our Phoenix friend who fought with us against the false god?
Oh, yes, that was quite a while ago, wasn't it?
It feels like it was a while ago. It's been crazy since then. We fought a war and we won. Neat. But,
Indeed.
allow me to dispense with the pleasantries. Are you aware of an elemental in your plane named Ishara? They might have just returned.
Yes, I am aware of her.
Yes, we are the cause of her return. We kicked her ass here in this plane.
Yes, it was getting a little too quiet around here.
So, we have a request, if you're able to assist in this matter. I don't suppose you'd be able to keep that bitch in her place?
I can have arrangements made.
Fantastic, because it would be a relief to us and our friends to know that she won't be coming back to make a mess anytime soon.
I really can't guarantee that she won't be able to get loose again, but... Again, I can make arrangements.
That's fine, that's all we can ask. We can just rest a little easier knowing that shit gonna be getting out easy. If there's any assistance we can give you on that matter from this side of the fence, as it were, just let us know.
Of course. I look forward to speaking to you again soon.
Oh, of course. I don't want to hold you up, but my son has a question.
The eyes kind of blink for a second and then look to Bolt.
He wants to know your name.
That will have to remain a mystery for now.
Oh, oh my, looks like it's not going to be that easy, son. He's quite taken with you, I hope you know.
I make the whole like
I've
watching
noticed.
you gesture at the Phoenix.
What was that for? See, there you go, son. You got a chance. She knows you exist. Maybe someday you both can fly together, huh? I know that's what you want to ask.
Imagine him puffing out his feathers and like frantically preening, like she noticed me.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yeah, as cocky as Bolt normally is, the fact that like it's being talked about and Storm's being kind of teasing about it, it's kind of flustering the sassy boy.
Yeah.
God, Dad, you're so embarrassing.
Dad, please. No. Don't embarrass me in front of the ladies and the lady.
Father, why?
Actually, before you go, and considering I brought it up, I don't suppose you know of any way I could help my boy be resistant to flames? Preferably immune, but can't bring about miracles, eh?
Again, that's something that I will have to leave for a later date.
Hey! There you go, Bolt. A later date. And it's just a big waggling of the eyebrows.
Dad, please stop. Dad, stop it, please.
Man, I don't even have to voice Bolt today. You're all just like picking up on it immediately. All right. With all that said, thank you very much for your time, and we look forward to talking to you some other time.
Oh, don't worry, we'll speak again very soon.
Ooh.
The eye kind of winks and then they both fade as the flame dies back down and the feather sort of flutters gently to the ground.
Squish is gonna elbow nudge Bolt. She winked.
Bolt just kind of falls forward onto the floor. I think he fainted.
Yes, I
Okay.
would say so, yes.
I'm gonna pick up my boy. Yeah, come on, pick up. Smash, smash, smash. Well, you certainly look like you've well, I ain't got no words for it. You look like how I felt when I fell in love with Squish.
He nods.
That's what I did to you, huh?
Oh yeah, you really did. Oh,
Mom, Dad, please stop. Stop, not in front of me.
I'm happy for you, son. I really am. It's like she's got her an eye on you, like you have an eye on her.
Mom,
Always-
Dad, not in front of the Phoenix.
Yeah, that's kind of how it would probably go. Good thing she already hung up.
You're gonna be practicing your courting dances for days, aren't you?
It takes a few hours. You can hear the raised voices in the briefing room to symbolise that Ardith has come back and has gone straight to speaking to Syleth and the Professor.
And I believe that's our cue to help diffuse some tension.
Indeed.
I'm great at that.
Well, I
Yes.
think the Professor may be your greatest challenge yet, Captain.
I mean, how mad can you be when somebody pops up from under the table and just ganks ya?
We'll see. We'll see.
As you enter a room, you can tell that the Professor is not happy about Ardith's idea of permanently closing off the top roll.
You know, far be it for me to point out the obvious, but didn't you guys want Ardith to make the big decisions for you?
Yes, but there's a difference between closing us off from a potential world we can settle on and, well, she has always been like this.
Yes, but what makes Toril so especially appealing to you?
Well, in this case, it's in case we need Ardith back at some point. Loath as I am to admit to it.
Look. As I understand it, Ardith is... Forgive me for assuming what you're thinking there, Ardith. A little bit uncomfortable with being considered a hero. You know her as well. You know her probably even better than I do. But Ardith is a person, not a statue you put on a pedestal.
I know that, but she's also I don't care that she's a hero. Look, they can consider her a hero. To me, she's just a very annoying woman who happens to be very good at crafting new magic spells.
Oh, I see, so you don't think you're up to the task.
As I said, loath as I am to admit it, my specialty is in healing spells. Medical stuff. We're talking about defensive spell.
Where were you my whole childhood when I kept skinning my knees?
Here in this pocket, the pocket plane.
That sounds like it's too far away.
Yeah, I'm not really sure there's a compact for that, to be honest.
The point I'm making is, if we don't have at least some way of contacting her to ask her about this stuff, then we are losing out on a very valuable resource.
But don't you have enough, like, offensive spells under your belt already? Or do you really want to be developing more after everything that's happened?
Let's just see as well and make sure we have something to stand up to someone like the Overseer, in case someone like that does crop up.
Then why not train martial classes instead of magic?
Don't you think that's what we've been doing?
Wait, is this the professor talking to us?
Yeah, it's the professor.
Yeah. Okay.
You could tell by her accent.
Yeah. I'm sure
She's got
that
an old
your,
Arcadian one.
your soldiers did a great job. That's why we had to go and punch the overseer.
Exactly. For the past 2,000 years, we haven't needed soldiers.
Then you should... Do you know what a standing army is?
Yes, funnily enough, I do. And I seem to remember the last standing army we had as a people were a bunch of murderous robotic raptors.
That's why you don't use robots. Oh my god.
Yeah, why don't you...
You
Why
are
don't
the
you just try
dumbest
using people?
smart people.
Look,
I mean, honestly, you can't make robots and not expect them to rise up.
Look, it involved another one of our artificial gods. It's a long story. Point is that...
Wait, okay, you see that you just said there? The artificial gods. Stop that. Just use people. We're just people. We're not robots. We're not constructs. We're
not heroes.
Well, we're totally heroes, but we're not infested with genies.
we're not gods.
For God's sake, get people to pick up a sword.
You know,
That is exactly what we've been trying to do for the past 5 years, and we've only just managed it.
And
So-
how much time do you have now to perfect it?
It's me.
A long time, but as I said, we'd be wasting a valuable resource.
Well, Ardith's a person, not a resource!
When was the last
just
time you had
saying.
a standing army of actual physical people?
Oh,
Okay.
thousands and thousands of years.
Look,
Do you see how you forgot some basic shit? How about you don't
Maybe
do that
because-
anymore?
Mainly because we didn't need it.
and
And look
instead,
where
would
that
you like
got ya.
Yes,
You-
2,000 years of peace.
Yes.
And rampaging
With-
robots and a dictator.
Why do
Okay,
I-
well, the rampaging robots was an accident. The dictator, again, that was on me. It was an accident.
Yes.
Dumbest
And
smart
I assume these accidents came about due to magic. Is that correct?
Well, no, in that case, it was because we made the fake god and he tried to get a bit uppity and took control of all the robots.
And the second one?
The second one, I got the wrong sister.
Oh, and you're blaming it again on assistants, right? Someone else. You cannot acknowledge the fact that you might have made a mistake.
I just admitted that I made a mistake. Were you not listening?
Yeah, I was about to say, Jeremiah, she did fess up to that.
All right. Maybe
Admittedly, I'm not the one who got the wrong blood, but the whole idea...
Jeremiah, as soon as she starts trying to put the blame on someone else again, Jeremiah just glares.
Okay, this argument is not productive.
Look,
Basic, just
you
don't
have
neglect the
you've
martial
you've
classes. Oh my
you've
God.
managed to keep the peace for 2,000 years without Ardeth's magic. Is that correct?
Yes, that's true, but if we're going to settle on another
No,
world...
no. You don't need her magic to keep the peace.
Besides, if I may mention something, I thought the plan was to go back to your old world. What's the problem? Is it dangerous there?
They probably broke
More
it.
dangerous than you're used to?
Stupid.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh boy, here we go.
Jeremiah's clearly not in the right mind for a perception check. He is focused. He is staring at.
Yeah, the way the professor looks at you, this is news to her.
Can I say how Ardith is feeling about all this?
Roll me an insight check. Yeah, you can tell that she doesn't really want to be having this conversation.
Yeah, neither do we.
I'll go ahead and stand by her side.
likes this. No one likes this sort of conversation.
I think the fact of the matter is that we may not have a perfect solution to this problem. But if Ardith's the head honcho here, it's her decision. And if Ardith says to close this place off from Toro, then that's what's happening.
The fact is, she's making this decision based entirely on just not wanting to be here.
And you are making the decision solely based on what's in her head.
Yeah, you guys really need to consider feelings.
Yes.
Yes, to be fair, you guys, at least some of you, have done some rather iffy, and that's putting it lightly, things back in all realms. So, I mean, hell, if I had a relative that did some awful things in my house, I would not want them back.
You have a house?
It's a metaphor, Squish.
I'm
Ow.
just saying that completely closing off Toril is a bad idea.
Well, how about this then? Seal it off for, say, a century. If by then everything is fine, go ahead and reopen.
Have you not been paying attention? It's keeping it open is what I want to do. If everything's fine, then logically we should keep it closed.
So, is everything terrible right now?
We've literally just finished the Civil War.
I'm asking you, are things better now?
This conversation is hurting my head.
Simple question, simple answer. Yes or
It's
no?
of course, it's not a simple question. You're asking me to basically give a full evaluation of what's going on right now. I can't say for certain if something is or isn't better because we don't have enough data.
Now that the Overseer is no longer around, are things bound to be better based on your personal projection?
I would expect so.
So what do you bloody fucking need Ardith for?
Ardeth, do you want to chime in on this? This is kind of like all about you. What are your thoughts on this?
The professor is correct in the sense that I just don't want to be here.
And you shouldn't have to be here.
I'm not saying she has to stay. I'm not even saying she has to stay here for a day or two. I'm just saying closing off one of our portals is not a good idea.
Okay, because I don't want the professor to be running around in circles. Was she ever clear about why it would be bad to close?
Yeah, because otherwise they don't have
Oh.
access to
Insight.
Ardith's magic.
Yeah, I believe that was the gist of it. Oh, Fat 10.
You can tell it's more based on the fact that they can basically go to any plane they want. Suddenly not being able to go to a particular one wouldn't be bad per se, but at the same time, if there's something they need or if there's any of their people still left in Toril, they would be stranded.
Mm. Ugh, this is a sticky wicket, isn't it? The player is trying to think. Alright, so you want the gateway to Toro to remain open for resources, to get your people back, etc., etc., yes?
Exactly.
That is a reasonable request, all things considered. But, at least, especially regarding getting your own people back. Ardith, if you'll elaborate for me, why do you want the portal, the gateway, closed?
Because, put simply, I just want to move on.
Then why not just leave the portal open and not come back? Unless you want to visit your sister.
You could just say, hey, fuck it, I wash my hands of this shit!
That is exactly what I have been trying to tell her.
But I'm guessing that might not be satisfactory enough for you, Ardith, yes?
Not really, no, I just...
And we're back to square one.
Roll me a persuasion.
Okay. Aha, nat one. Definitely back to square one. Of all the rolls, why did it have to be that one?
Yeah.
We've kind of massaged her previously, so maybe if the DM is very, very generous,
I'm
it's only back to
afraid
square
it's a
two.
nat one.
Yeah, that's a crit fail.
Yeah, Ardith is just kind of... Look, the fact is, as far as these people are concerned, I should be dead. I should have been dead a very long time ago.
So?
Let the dead stay dead.
Maybe you died of your wounds after taking out the Overseer.
That's not what I mean, Squish.
Ardith.
But if everyone else thinks you're dead now, you just fake your death and leave.
I have a simple solution to this dilemma. You're probably gonna think this is stupid and childish as hell. But Storm pulls out a coin. I can flip a coin. One side, portal gateway stays open. Other side, it closes. I think it's the only way we're gonna get out of this deadlock. Any objections?
Yeah, I
No.
think the professor wants to say something.
I bet she does.
Because she clearly would object.
Yeah, this is just... Look, it's gonna be... We need a few days to get everything sorted out in this place, so... just...
Maybe we should give them a few days.
I kind of figured we were going to have a few days anyway.
To sort things out, and maybe we'll figure out a way to keep the dead, and still have a connection to the plane, at least. It doesn't have to be around where we are. Maybe we should even talk to Eden about this. Maybe.
Okay. You are basically allowed to leave a resistance base. You can see that people are basically packing things up, taking them back to their homes. Silith takes you to what was basically regarded as his home in one of the residential districts before the whole resistance thing got basically joined up with resistance. So I should just put us there. You spend a few days, you get to look around the city. You're pretty amazed by the technology on display. You have a bit of a run around the park.
Hell yeah.
Jeremiah actually hands over the axe to the museum as he stated.
Yeah.
Battle axe.
A couple of days later, you hear that the clones of Galbraith, Elwyn, and 1 second. And Adira have basically been awakened. They've got the crystals in them.
Hey.
Regular power crystals.
Yeah.
They're kind of getting used to new bodies while out and about.
How are they feeling though in general? Like, do they remember like our fights?
Yes, they do.
I hope
Figured
they
they
punched
would.
that one guy so many times in the balls.
Elwyn is actually quite. Actually, he says he quite enjoyed the fight. It's been a long time since he had a decent fight, and he quite enjoyed it.
Hey, you all fought your hardest. Like, you earned your reputations.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I can't say. Well, my reputation isn't just about my skills with a sword, is it?
Well, you clearly struck a note and a nerve.
How true, my friend, how true. But thank you for helping us.
Thank you for pointing us in the right direction.
Galbraith kind of gives you a nod.
Yeah, I put your axe in the museum. If you need it back, they probably.
You watch as he shakes his head with a smile.
See, Galbeth has the right idea. No need for like weapons for the future of Arcadia.
He nods.
See, the professor needs to listen to this guy.
So what's the plan for you?
Adira kind of looks around nervously and just we'll do what we did in the past. We'll try to keep Arcadia safe, but there's not much else I can really think that we could do.
Well,
I mean, you could probably go to the park, make friends, eat food. There's a lot of things you can do.
That is a point. We would like to ingratiate ourselves a little more with our descendants.
Hey, I'm sure they'll be glad to have you.
yeah.
They're quite big on heroes, so I heard.
Yeah.
Oh, then I've got plenty of stories for them to enjoy, that's for certain.
Oh, they're gonna love you.
I hope they will,
Uh,
after what we've done.
For the love of God, raise a militia. Don't rely on robots.
Oh, don't worry. Eden keeps good control of the Sentinels. After all, we weren't able to get him to use them, so...
yeah.
True, I think we can rely on Eden. Eden is a pretty upstanding guy, but please, no more artificial gods. No.
Yeah.
That's bad juju.
Yeah.
You're telling us.
Yeah.
We remember when it happened the first time, so... We can imagine how we felt when we found out it was going on again.
Oh yeah, you were there, weren't you, Elwyn?
The 5 of us were, yes.
Well, no, I think he means back down on the ground.
On Toro.
On Toro.
Oh, yes.
That
Yes, apologies.
experiment with the god. Basically trying to do the same again.
Well, hopefully
Looks
this
like
time
no one's
we've
listening
learned.
to your stories in that regard.
To be fair, we've only been resurrected the last 3 or 4 years, so...
Yeah, but still, people should learn from mistakes from the past in order to not make them in the future again.
Now, that I can absolutely agree with.
I mean, otherwise, I would still build houses that fall together. That fall down. doesn't happen anymore. Never truly happened.
Well, either way, the future's looking pretty good now, so hopefully we won't need our weapons again.
Aye. Now, hopefully, you can convince the professor that he won't need destructive magics either.
Yeah.
Well, I know one or two tricks.
Yeah, but she's putting all she's putting a lot of stress on Ardith.
That would explain why we've not seen hide nor hair of her.
Yeah,
She just deserves a break.
She wants basically to cut our plane off from the lot of you.
Oh.
In order to allow everyone to move on.
I get the feeling we're going to have a word with her.
Yeah, it's a complicated situation. I mean,
Yeah.
we see where everyone's coming from, you know?
Well, if you have an idea where she could be.
9 times out of 10, she's probably in the crystal forest of her sister or arguing with the professor in the briefing room. Actually, she wouldn't be there anymore. Force of habit. Okay, Seph.
Yep.
It's been a couple days.
Yeah.
We have seen something of Ardith, right? She's been around.
You've seen her every now and then, but she's basically been running all over the place.
Okay.
You know that a couple of days ago she did go back to Ark for a little while.
Hmm.
And
Indeed.
basically to give Eden a copy of Ark's database, but not much else. She's kind of kept vanishing.
Okay.
I mean,
Is there a role I can make to sort of intuit where she might be, based on what we know?
Yeah, I was going to sort of ask that too.
I mean, I am an investigative kitty.
You can roll me an insight.
Okay. Storm, I know your last one was a nat 1. We need something better now, honey. 14's okay, but Anarchy's got this.
Yeah, way better than
I know her.
Yep. The pair of you know basically where she is. You make your way down the main causeway from where the museum is located, past this large round building, until you find yourself at the Arctic biomes.
Of course.
It doesn't take much for you to notice that one of them is much colder than the others. As you enter, you make your way through the tundra. There's a couple of small snowcats kind of mucking about in the snow. A few of the small critters sort of running around. There's a yeti. You can just see in the distance, but it's kind of just keeping to itself. It's not really dangerous per se.
Okay, I'm just saying that the moment we entered the fucking tundra, the coldest of the tundras, yeah, Squishy's like being picked up, like shoved down Storm's shirt, and the long coat's getting buttoned up. I'm keeping you nice and warm.
That's adorable.
Just gonna wiggle my head out, like. So there's a little goblin head.
No one told me I would have to bring a scarf.
As you trudge through the snow, again you can see like little tiger cubs just kind of playing.
Why is someone building an ice castle back there?
It's generally a nice little place. But eventually you can see something kicking up a lot of snow and ice, and you watch as it forms into a cyclone.
And that'll be Ardith blowing off some proverbial steam.
As you approach, roll me a perception check.
Oh boy, here we go. Boop.
Okay, I just need to roll something. Rolled a couple of things, actually. Okay. As you approach the vortex, you can just see through it. And in the center of it is Ardith. As you get closer, you see that the vortex is similar to the ice storm spell. But unlike the ice storm spell, you can't actually see any disruption where Ardith is stood. Roll me an investigation check.
Okay. Oh, that's a 10, sir.
That's a 7, that's even worse.
Yeah, you notice that aside from the 10 feet directly in front of you, everything beyond that point, up to where Ardith is stood in the centre, is basically where this vortex is.
Does she look alright?
Oh,
Yeah,
so,
she seems completely fine. That, like I said, beyond 10 feet to where she's stood is completely fine, and then again on the other side is completely still until there's another 10-foot ring. Basically, the snow in a ring around her is forming this vortex.
Oh, great. Someone's building up a wall. Figuratively. And
Oh no, you're
literally.
just another brick in the wall. Sorry.
Roll me a history check.
Done and done.
Just did.
Okay.
Down to Storm Cold.
Storm and Jeremiah, you're just amazed by this. Anarchy, you recall that the Garuda used a similar ability.
Do I know anything about the ability itself?
You don't know what it actually was, but you recognise that this is very similar indeed.
I'll go ahead and say that for the group.
Huh. Hey, Ardith, you working on something new in there?
One second, just roll something.
Concentration, probably.
Or maybe perception. Trying to listen away. Trying to not listen to you.
That's cold.
Yeah,
As I
Ardith just kind of looks at you through the whirlwind around her and just goes, "Yes, I decided to try out one of my old spells."
Your old spells?
Yes, from the book. You know, the one we got at Gale Bay.
Oh, that book. Yeah, you were reluctant about that. Back then.
Well, I did find Radiant Sorrow useful, so I thought I'd try and see what else I can get out of it.
Well, if you'd mind, stopping for a moment. You got friends who'd like to talk to you.
She kind of drops the spell and walks towards you. What's the problem?
Points over to her friends.
Roll me an insight check.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Ooh,
That's a nat 20.
good job, Jeremiah.
Okay.
I think it'll be
Yeah,
very
Squish, you're not sure what's going on. Everyone else, you can just... This is the first time you've ever seen this, but it appears that her blood has just run cold.
I am at her side.
Okay.
Yes, probably in a bad way.
Are you okay,
Yeah.
Ardith? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Div, come on. We know you well enough to know that's not the case.
Let's just say that I didn't... Well... I didn't really get to say goodbye to any of them when they executed me, so...
Well,
Well,
they're
If-
here to see you
hmm.
and try to talk to you.
And
Would
if
you mind-
nothing else, now you get a proper chance to say goodbye.
Okay, would you mind giving us a few minutes?
Of course. We're in a
No,
snowy
no.
tundra. We can keep ourselves busy.
Yes, we can
Okay.
probably build a few snowmen. Snow people.
I take a running start into a mound of snow and start making a snow angel, face down.
You watch Ardith very cautiously walk towards the three of them.
That's
Whenever
amazing. She tried to-
Jeremiah looks on, and whenever she looks at him cautiously, he just nudges and tries to encourage her.
Come on, Jeremiah. Gotta give him some space.
Yeah. Ever had a snowball fight?
I'm from the jungle, Jeremiah. You know the answer is no.
Well, all right. Jeremiah grabs a handful of snow and puts it. It basically washes someone's face with it, and he takes a running start.
We're done with that, neck.
You all spend the next hour just having fun in the snow, and it doesn't take long before the conversation between Ardith and her old friends basically finishes. She kind of trudges back towards you and just... They persuaded me not to close off Toro.
To be honest, it's probably for the best, but we would have supported you either way.
Yes.
Either way, you can put the past behind you now.
But you have an open door to go through if you ever want to later.
Exactly.
Yes.
That is true.
You have opportunities.
In your own time, whenever you're ready. If that's never, then that's fair enough.
Ardith kind of nods, and I think I want to continue practicing that spell for a little while.
All right. I think all of us need a little bit of a warm drink to get back to a proper temperature.
I can get behind that. So how are you feeling, Squish? You still toasty in there?
I would assume Squish would have got out to play with us in the snow, so...
Yes, so you're probably cold again.
Okay, you all make your way back to Sally's residence.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. So, Anarchy, I believe that's what they call a hot chocolate.
Roll me a history check, Jeremiah.
Are you
well
really?
aware of what hot chocolate is.
I mean, Jeremiah,
Hot
history.
chocolate invented in Waterdeep in some obscure tavern.
Yes, you recall the delicious beverage served at that particular tavern in Waterdeep that shall remain nameless.
Yeah. It's been a while. It's probably under a different. run by different people.
Silif looks quite.
Anarchy's been drinking hot chocolate milks for most of the campaign.
I have.
Yeah, but.
No, not chocolate milk, not hot chocolate.
It's one step away. One. It needs to be warm.
Yes.
Yeah, well, this is a particular recipe from this particular place.
Yes.
It sounds like a delicious concoction.
Actually got it from the kobolds working there.
Plus, you can't cry foul about this. Like, this campaign that shall remain nameless, about involving this tavern that shall remain nameless, occurred over 3 years ago in Universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Kobolds
it's
working in the
Jeremiah.
kitchen. It sounds unsanitary.
I'm sorry. Yes.
It also gives Jeremiah a chance to shine.
Yeah. Yes. They first made that back in a place called Waterdeep, where I was for a while. Working.
It's amazing.
I know, right?
Fantastic. It's like chocolate milk, but a different temperature and amazingly better.
I was amazed at this as well.
Real life, though, the last time I drank hot chocolate, I threw up right after because I was so excited to drink it that I just chugged it.
Yeah. Okay,
Aw.
that's rough.
Ah, shit, I just realized I forgot to ask about the whole Holborn Noble situation.
Uh,
But I don't think Ardith was ready for that conversation yet.
Holborn Nobles. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. You may remember when we were at the costume party of Rowan, I brought up my mother.
Yes.
Roses and wine. Apparently, according to Dad, Pirate Dad, rather, she was a Holborn noble. At least he suspected as much. Apparently, she was a runaway, looking for a life of adventure. I was just wondering if anyone knew of like this Tabaxi noble family from Holborn. I'm curious.
Would I know? I'm around fancy people a lot.
Roll me a history check.
Holy shit.
You know there are a couple of noble Tabaxi families in Holborn. You don't know all the details, which is not really your place, but you know that there's a fair few. A good dozen or so.
I'd keep these in contemplation.
I know of a noble in Waterdeep at Tabaxi, but you're talking about Holborn. Yeah, I'm terribly sorry about that.
It's fine. I'm sure I could track down the info some other time and some other way. I just figured that, it might be worth tracking them down and letting them know what happened to their kin and what came of it. He gestures to himself.
Well,
It just feels like that might be the right thing to do.
well, maybe that mystery person knows a thing or two. If she's working with the mistress, she's probably been around the block a bit.
Really, I bet the mistress knows.
Yes, hey, maybe even her expert knows who's, this Windwalker.
Well, won't we? Don't know if I feel like asking the Windwalker, but it's an option to keep in mind.
Okay. You all spend a couple more days recuperating, just generally enjoying your time in Arcadia. But the end of the week comes, and you kind of all make your way to Ark. Silif, Shari, and the Professor all basically come to see you off. And Silif gives you all each an ornate-looking dagger.
Ooh.
Just a little souvenir.
I only have so many hands to stab people with, and I'm holding my 2 daggers in either hand and looking at this new one I'm being presented with.
I think this is less for stabbing and more for putting up on a wall.
It's for the memories, Captain Anarchy.
Oh, thank goodness, and I happily take it. No crisis for me.
Sherry also kind of steps forward, and all the ladies in the party, she kind of hands you all a silk scarf with foreclaimer patterning on, Arcadian patterning on.
Oh, damn, you look beautiful, Squish, in that. I mean, you already are unfathomably beautiful, but now you're even more so.
I'm fairly certain Orla is very appreciative.
Yeah, Orla is rather touched by getting this little keepsake. And you kind of watch as she kind of drapes this scarf around Ardith's neck.
Yeah, it's clearly not like Orla has great appreciation for Ardith.
Oh, it's Shari putting it on Ardith's neck.
Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if Orla wanted to help. Given how great the appreciation and how deep the friendship has gone in the few days they've known each other.
Shari kind of... You can sense there's something unsaid between the two of them, but Ardith just very slowly hugs her. Sort of in an awkward, still not comfortable with doing this sort of way. And Shari just kind of basically uses the biggest squeeze she can.
Aww.
I watch with the eyes of a hawk.
It's not long before your goodbyes are said, and you all make your way back onto Ark. You slowly pull your way out of the museum, pass back through the portal, and find yourself back in Toril. And I shall just move us to the map, if I can find where I put it.
Yeah, the oversea map.
Oh, thank Aqueducts, I'm so glad to see the ocean again.
Shouldn't fly.
Like, I enjoyed the whole airship thing, but the sea should be on the she should be on the seas.
Yeah, not quite sure where. Oh, you're all down there.
We're all down.
We'll just stick with that for the time being.
Alright.
Oh no, while we were gone, Lord Haramat plunged it all into eternal night.
No, worse.
No, you're down here.
The bottom of the map.
Oh,
Yeah.
silly me.
Say dragging you up and mucking about with all the lighting, fog of war, etc.
The fog of water. So where to now?
I'm just telling Ark, babbling about all I saw and the candy, and I offer Ark some candy and all sorts of stuff.
As you're not quite on the sea yet. You can see below you. You're still flying at this point. But as you basically look to the north, I would like anyone who is looking to roll me a perception check, please.
I'm a sea boy, a sailor. Of course, I'm paying attention.
I'm not paying attention.
I'm not a
That's our captain. Oh, good job, Bolt.
So, you can see something large and glistening in the sky far to the north, rapidly approaching the island to the north, where you can see a mountain surrounded by cloud.
Okay.
Do you have a telescope on you?
I should. I picked up what's the item called? Blah 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 blah. Navigator's tools. I believe that includes a telescope. I am going to check.
It contains a telescope, a sextant, which is
so you're using it.
Yes.
Okay. As you open your telescope, roll me an intelligence check.
It's not the ghost ship, is it?
No! Come on, Storm!
You got lucky. as you stare it, you recognize the wing shape, and then as it gets closer, you start making out the shape more defined. It's still a fair few miles away, but with the telescope, you can make out the shape of an ancient bronze dragon.
Is it like one we know?
Roll a history check.
Ooh, we know a few of those. 15.
You have never met a bronze dragon before.
Oh, have I not? Oh no, I've met golden dragons.
Gold
Yes.
dragons, you
What about Sammy?
Allow me to assist in this. That's odd. There seems to be a bronze dragon heading where we're heading.
A bronze
You watch as it kind of looks towards where you are and approaches the airship.
Oh! And it's got very sharp ear fins.
I wave enthusiastically. That's
There's
a friend.
a few minutes before I don't have a token prepared, so just imagine it's there. This dragon flies up and sort of flaps in place, hovering. While you're hovering, it's kind of looking at you from the side, and it's just going, "Oh, this was unexpected."
Hail to you, friend. You guys know this handsome dragon?
With that history check, does Squish recognize who it is?
Yeah, you know exactly who this is.
Ah, hi again.
Ah, and I see Little Midnight is doing quite well.
Yeah, he's doing great.
Excellent, excellent.
What are you doing here?
Well,
Not that
I
I'm
was
not glad to see you or anything. It's just it's a little unusual to see you in without your clothes.
Oh, yes. Would you prefer I come on board and take a more reasonable form?
That's up to you. You're the dragon.
I think that would probably be for the best. He kind of swoops around, lands on the deck there, and seems to vanish before, from around the ballista tower, walks. 1 second, I just need to find. It's not that one. There is a lot to go through. From another corner, you see High Minister Wolfguard.
Oh.
Now then, perhaps we can have a proper conversation.
What brings you
Storm. I'd say, Storm, you wouldn't recognise this man.
I mean, I met him once.
You met him once, sorry. Yeah. Well, seems there's a bit of a problem with the storm giants.
Ah, yes. We are heading our way there now. Wolfguard, wasn't it?
Yes, Wolfguard. I think that'd be the best name to refer to me as, since, well, I'm assuming you can speak Draconic?
I can indeed, sir. He says that in Draconic.
Well, I won't bore you with my own actual name. Wolfguard is a human approximation, so...
I can't
We'll
say
stick with that.
I can't say I'm entirely surprised that an expert of dragons turned out to be a dragon himself.
Well, that's sort of why I'm here. You see, we found something very troubling. Or rather, my agent has found something rather troubling.
Oh, and what would that be? Maybe we can help.
Well, we may be... Well, hopefully we can move in time, but... You're familiar with the 5 calamities, yes?
They've popped up a few times.
One of them is on that island.
Is it what?
Wait,
It will take some time to explain.
wait. one of them is on that island.
Yes, my agent, Mr. Natkin, seems to have found some evidence.
God damn.
Natkin. You're not.
Hey.
What, the little cloth thingies you use to wipe your mouth?
No.
No,
Natkin.
And I think we'll leave it there for this week. So,
So, Seph, before we get to end game business, there's something I wanted to ask. So we have elemental crystals.
yes.
I presume we would have at least brought that up during our time in Arcadia.
You would have, and the Arcadians advised you not to try and release the elementals in their city.
That's fair. What did they recommend we do?
Basically just take them out into the world and let them loose.
Oh!
Or at least find someone who would be able to help with that.
Okay, so we're just keeping a hold of them for now till we can figure out
yes.
what.
Like this Mr. Natkin. This Mr. Bing Natkin.
Yeah, I don't think we should set elementals wild on the Feywild. Just saying.
Yeah, maybe he knows a place where we can let him loose. Who knows? Maybe he can bring them to what? I'm sorry.
Okay, I just had to ask.
Okay. So, play the game.
Didn't really do much this run.
Again, hockey episode. So, I don't know.
I mean, we kind of helped, establish a new system of government. Yeah, just a kind of big deal there. Yeah, we brought back Ardith's friends, and
Fail of the game.
I got
Jeremiah
that one at the
running
worst
his mouth.
time.
Squish getting all up in the professor's face.
I love that we all had ideas about what sucks the most.
Seriously, they are the dumbest smart people.
That's the secret about smart people. They're very, very stupid sometimes.
To be fair, there are 2,000 years where they've not needed weapons, so...
Yeah, but that breeds complacency, and complacency can lead to stupid ideas.
Any thoughts, theories, ideas?
Jeremiah's going to go back in the slammer.
Why would she arrest you when you know when you were told she now works for a criminal organization?
She might have been a little rough with him.
Nah, Jeremiah's just thinking that Storm's going to throw him in the brig if he keeps being a negative Nancy.
Perhaps. Perhaps he's just painting terrible pictures. I mean, it's a good thing he didn't catcall her at any point in time, because that would have been bad even back then. Anyway.
Okay. Going down the list. It is a good night from Cork.
Good night, wash your hands, wear your masks, and next week I won't be available, unfortunately.
Aww.
Yeah. The test is next week.
Yeah. A good night from Icy.
Good night, everyone.
A good night from Jurnis.
Good night.
A good night from Kubar.
Good night, everyone.
And a good night from our wonderful, glad to have her back, returning cast member, Lizzie.
Yay! Lizzie's back.
Like we said, Cork isn't going to be with us next week, so we are going to be trying something a bit different. We are going to get fast and furious with Crash Panda's Furry Road. Good night.
Good
Good night,
Night.
everybody.